Hello, Mr. President and our beautiful First Lady. It's an honor to be writing this letter, and I hope it reaches you both. My name is Christina Chimero, and I am 38 years young. I am the proud mother of a beautiful little girl named Isabella Grace and wife to my loving husband, Joe. I had my daughter in November 2012, and she was born with Down syndrome and 2 massive holes in her heart. But the fact that she was born is a true miracle. I found out when I was 3 months pregnant and decided to choose life, even though doctors tried in any way they could to persuade me otherwise. The decision to choose life was by far the greatest decision I've ever made, not to judge anyone otherwise, because I'd been in those shoes as well. Deciding to keep her brought me into an extremely eye-opening and euphoric phase of my life. I even got a standing ovation from 8 of her doctors at Yale, because in choosing to keep her, it disproved their science that said there was no way she would survive. I even had her main doctor use the word miracle for the first time, he said, in his 30-year career as a doctor. She is now almost 8 and extremely healthy and happy. So fast forward. Making this decision has opened my heart and my intuition beyond what I could have ever imagined. Which brings me to you and why I decided to vote for the first time ever in 2016. In early 2016, I had a dream with you and Hillary. I had no idea who she was, except that she was Bill Clinton's wife and she was a Democrat. And as far as you, all I knew is you were the man who fired everyone on a reality TV show. And if you asked me before this dream, I would have said no way. So in the dream, I went outside Trump Towers in New York City, and I was escorted into your penthouse. As I walked in, you and Hillary were sitting at a round table. I sat down, took one look at Hillary, and said, "You will not win because you are no good and you will ruin our country." Then I looked over at you and I said, "You will win because you are honest and you have a great heart, but your ego has got to go." We all laughed as to recognize that this was all okay, and I got up and walked out. I woke up that morning in shock. I had no idea who either of you were and what you were about, so I obviously had a lot of research to do. I did not want to be blinded as I chose to cast my vote for a person who would represent my family and my country. I knew this message was from God and that I was voting for you no matter what anyone said. I headed to my mother's that morning, who I had never talked any sort of politics with in my life, and I told her, "Mom, I have something to tell you. I'm voting for Trump." The awesome thing is she smiled and said, "Me too." I was shocked. I completely thought my whole family was Democrat. We are of Spanish descent, and as far as I had been taught at that time of my political ignorance, was that all Spanish people were Democrats. Boy, was I wrong, right? That year, my mother got cancer and was in the hospital, so I brought her ballot to the hospital because I knew her vote mattered. Her vote for you mattered. Through the process, certain family members and friends have decided not to talk to me or block me on social media because they have not woken up to the corrupt left side of evil. In researching you and watching how you operate, I have come to love you like a father. The father you are to your children and the way you speak of your family is absolutely beautiful and such a gift to the American people. As the leader of the greatest country in the world, I believe that you not only have a duty to protect your people, but you have a duty to teach the American people about compassion, honesty, integrity, and love for one another no matter what. Mr. President, you have exceeded the duty of your job. The way you get up every day and fight to not only make America great again, but to bring the long-awaited dream of world peace to life is absolutely astounding. You came into office as one of the greatest self-made businessmen this world has ever seen, and you put all of that aside and opened your home, heart, and mostly your family up to the American people and to fight for our freedom. Any person on this planet that calls you selfish or racist is completely asleep and unaware of life and who you truly are. The way you speak truth resonates so deep within me. Unfortunately, some people would and have allowed their lack of courage or care to overcome the duty to tell the truth because it may put them out of their comfort. You, Mr. Trump, have beyond stepped outside of your comfort zone and taken the chance many, many times at losing all you have just to wake us up to the truth. That, in my eyes, is a true warrior and a true leader of a country. I want to take a moment to quote scripture quick as well, because I asked God to show me the perfect message as I write this letter, and I turned to 1 Kings, and it said this: "It is human nature to reject and to do things our way. A much wiser approach is to seek, hear, and heed the advice of good counselors." That was so perfect to close this letter out with, Mr. President, because although in the end, when you get on that stage every single day and speak to the American people, and it seems as though you are doing it your way, anyone who follows your journey as the greatest president who ever lived thus far knows that you are seeking help from all of your administration, and the collaboration of knowledge and advice you get from all of your advisors and your administration is making you an even better leader than we even thought you would be. So thank you for dropping that ego that we all thought you may have. And thank you for listening to the beautiful minds around you. And thank you for taking all you have learned in this lifetime and teaching the American people that we can have it too. Thank you for making America great again and again. And please thank our beautiful First Lady for being the embodiment of class. She is the First Lady we have had in office in many, many years. God bless you, and God bless America.